Somebody call the law. Somebody call the law. It got to be illegal for me to be so wrong.
What up, though? Heist man, the folk talk that talk, ghetto news and opinions. Man, what is going on with the educational system in the United States? We got to talk about it, man. I don't know if you heard about this or not, but we gonna talk about it, man. I just seen this online on X, formerly known as Twitter. Shorty right here, man. We gonna get into this, yo. Shorty did not know that the White House. Hold on, just listen to it, man. Hold on, listen to this.
Y'all, the school system had to have failed me, or a majority of us, because I know I'm not the only one that didn't know the White House is in Virginia. Like, we all knew that the White House was in Washington, D.C., but I'm sure we would have all assumed that Washington, D.C. was in the state Washington. No, Washington, D.C. is in Virginia. The White House is in Virginia. Why did I not know this? I'm just now realizing this as I'm on a tour and we came to Virginia and they told us our next stop was Washington, D.C. I'm like, oh, okay, we're going to Washington, D.C. And then we get on the bus and we go 4 hours and then we're in Washington, D.C., but we're still in Virginia. And I'm like, I thought we was going to like Washington, D.C. Like Washington, D.C. in Virginia. Y'all, please don't leave me hanging on this. I know there's some of y'all out there that did not know this. Like, I know I'm not the only one. I cannot be the only one. Do not make me look stupid. But yeah, I'm just now figuring this out at 20 years old. So let me know how old you guys are now that you're just figuring.
Now, it's a few things, man. Few things that I want to get into. I mean, like, the educational system is definitely changing, man. I know kids are not learning the same things that I learned when I was in school. I know that for a fact. I see my kids and I see them like, you ain't know that? You ain't know they're not teaching you that? They're not word. Say word, yeah. You understand? So I know it's a lot of things that's not being taught in schools, man. So, but this right here crazy. She was like, it's in Virginia, and like, first of all, it's a district of Columbia, so it's a little, okay, you can say that, whatever. But I can't believe Shorty did not know that. Now, the thing that got me the most about this situation, when she said that they was doing a tour and they drove 4 hours and they're like, oh, D.C., I thought, why? I can't get over the fact that she think that she in Virginia, you can drive 4 hours to Washington State. You understand what I'm saying? That's what got me. It's like, hold on, so you in Virginia and you say you drove 4 hours and y'all at the White House or whatever, and you thought you was going to D.C. You thought you was going to Washington State. Washington State. I think if you was in Virginia and you drove 4 hours going to Washington State, you'd probably still be in Tennessee. That's what got me. Not the point that she didn't know Washington, D.C. and Washington was a state. You know, they're two different things. One of them on the East Coast, one up there in the great Northwest. Way the fuck over there with Oregon, and Seattle, and all that stuff over there. Vancouver. I don't know how she didn't know this, man. That's what got me about it, man. I mean, not knowing that the White House, because you can technically say that the White House is not in D.C. I mean, I don't know. Is it? Could it be Virginia? Could it be Maryland? You know, it's in the middle of it, and they done took out a little piece and whatever. You can figure all that out. But yes, D.C. is on the East Coast and between Virginia and Maryland and all up in that the district, that little spot. Like the Vatican, how the Vatican got their little spot. D.C. got their little spot. But when Shorty said that, she was like, so we drove like 4 hours and we still in Virginia. I'm looking like, yo, you thought you can, so you thought that you was going to Washington State. So that means you don't know what Washington State is. That's way the fuck up there. From Virginia, you can't drive 4 hours and be nowhere in Virginia. If you go northward 4 hours from Virginia, you probably would. You can hit New York and all them areas up there, because it's kind of close. Maryland, West Virginia, maybe West Virginia. Down south, you could probably make it the furthest is to South Carolina in 4 hours, probably. Going west, like I said, Tennessee, Indiana, up in there. If you're in Virginia and drive 4 hours, you're not getting that far. And when she said she thought she was in Washington State, I said, oh my God, you ain't even gonna make it to damn St. Louis. The Arch, the Gateway, I don't know, man. I feel bad for Shorty, man, that she didn't know. Maybe she didn't, but being 20 years old and not knowing some things, man, I can see that being possible just because I can see the things I learned in high school. And I'm seeing my kids and not some of the stuff they not learning. I feel bad, especially down here in Florida. I'm seeing like, yo, the North Carolina educational system is way better. That's why I was raised at. In Detroit, the educational system was bunk. I'm talking about, I went to school. Man, I ain't gonna tell you about the schools I went to in Detroit. That's crazy, man. You ever seen that movie Belly? DMX, Nas, all that? That's the first time I ever seen that movie was inside of a high school in Detroit on a bootleg. The teacher allowed it. Miss Johnson, science class. Hey, Highland Park High, y'all know what I'm talking about, man. If anybody ever hear this story from HP, Miss Johnson classroom, she let us watch movies. And then we watched Belly. Belly on a bootleg in the public school. That's how bad it was, man. But in North Carolina, they did better. But down here in Florida, I don't know what they teaching, man. I'm sitting there looking at my kids like, y'all don't know that? I'm talking about my kids don't even know what the word indent mean. I mean, maybe they don't have to because it's all computerized and stuff. And you know what I mean? Like, they don't have to write paragraphs. They don't have to indent anymore. But shit like that, just I'll be like, you don't know what a tittle is? Well, if y'all don't know what a tittle is, it's the dot above the I, or the J, lowercase j, the dot. That has a name for it. It's called a tittle. But anyway, man, this is not an educational program. I go live every Friday at 9 p.m. spewing out all type of rhetoric, man. Y'all come through and holler at me, man. But Shorty right here with that, not knowing that threw me off a little bit when I heard it. It was like, okay, I understand whatever. You can see about, it's in Virginia, it's in Maryland, whatever. But when you said you thought you was driving 4 hours and you didn't hit Washington State yet, I said, I'm done with Shorty. Get your education. She's straight too, man. To be a little 20-year-old man, didn't know this. She kind of cute, you know. Do your thing, Shorty. Get your education, man. Get your education. I go live every Friday at 9 p.m. talking about something. Come through and holler at me, man. Hit that like button, the comment button, the share button, the subscribe button, the notification bell. All them good buttons you got to hit to get this pimping that I'm putting out when I put it out. And like I said, I go live every Friday at 9 p.m. Come through, join the conversation. Tell me in the comment section how you feel about this, man. Or do you not know? Did you know this? Tell me that. Tell me if y'all... Did y'all know that Washington, D.C. and Washington State are two different things? Let me know in the comment section. Until next time, holla at your boy, Heist Man the Foe. Talk that talk, ghetto news and opinions.
This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now.
All right. This time, but I'll be back, and sooner than you think. Wherever there's prejudice, ignorance, inequality, I'll be there.